Hey guys, here's part 2 of some new videos I'm shooting, and basically I'm going to entitle these videos Strategies to Learning New Skills Quickly. And so basically my first video I mentioned that I'll be working at a casino and as a blackjack dealer, and basically I never played the game blackjack in a casino or even recreationally, and so it was a foreign language to me. And so I had to quickly figure out how to learn things quickly. And I had a problem with it in the beginning because I never really put a lot of effort into it. I was so busy with work and everything. But the last 2 weeks, I had to do an audition so I could pass the test. And one of the tests involves basically learning to read the cards quickly so that we can figure out if the dealer won versus the player, if the player busted, or if the player has a lower score than the dealer, if the numbers are lower than the dealers, or vice versa. Okay, and so that's really important. We couldn't just stand there and do the math in our head. We had to quickly figure it out. And they came up with a couple of drills for us, but they were very inefficient. They told us this is what we need to learn, but they didn't really know how to break it down for us. And so there was this lady who had a lot of problem with it, and she spent an hour with me, and within an hour she knew how to count and read the cards, basically figure out if they were a winner or not within literally 2 seconds or less. And so I'm going to teach you guys the same skill, but not necessarily the teaching part, but the progression, like how to go about acquiring new skills. So if you missed my first video, please refer to that. Okay, so basically the first part of my video mentions you got to establish truth. So some couple truth I figure out was that a human being, we have 10 digits. Right, 10 digits. So our counting system is a base 10 counting system. There's many counting systems, but the counting system that almost everyone is familiar with is a base 10. So base 10 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then add a 0, and then becomes a 10, and it goes on again. So it'll be 11, 12, 13, etc. to 19. Add a 0, change the 9 to a 0, then you add 20. So that's a base 10 because everything is based on 10 units. So anyways, a deck of cards have a whole bunch of numbers and stuff. Okay, but we wanted to learn how to count cards quickly. Now what the instructors did was she just lay out a bunch of cards. Like she laid out 5 hands, and she made us go through it really quick over and over again. And this lady was having a lot of problem with it. I had a lot of problem with it. And then I quickly realized this is the wrong way of learning. Like, you'll never learn it. And so you have to establish truth. So the truth is, quickest way is to learn to count to 10. Okay, so what I did was I found cards that add up to 10. So example would be a 2 and an 8, okay, or a 6 and a 4, okay, or 9 and a 1, okay. So I'll give an example. Right now I'm just going to do 6 and 4, okay. So I'm going to find a whole bunch of cards that are 6 and 4, all right. So I'm going to pull all the cards that are 6 and 4, 6 and 4, all right. Now I want you guys to just think of these ways of, for example, let's just say your kid is struggling with math, right? And to be honest, a lot of math teachers sucks. And what you want to do is you want to find truth, and then you want to micronize your learning. And so this is the next step. We're micronizing our learning right now. We are going to establish truth. We're going to find ways to, once you establish truth, once you know that what you came up with is the truth, then you want to quickly find ways to see that truth more and more. So right now, all I did, I'm going to pretend to be a total dummy. All I did was I took 6 and 4. All right, now 6 and 4s. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to throw down these cards really quick. We just want our mind to recognize that 6 plus 4 is 10. Now, that's freaking super easy. Now watch what happens. Okay, so I'm just going to pan the camera down a little bit so you guys can see. All right, and it might be a little bit crooked, but that's okay. Okay, so here goes. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle a little bit. Okay. The other truth we had to establish is that if we don't hit a 6 or a 4, let's just say we hit double 6, 2 6, then it has to be a 12. Okay, or 2 4s, it has to be an 8. So in other words, now we just established 3 truths. Okay, but the main arching truth or arching theme in my notes, okay, I mentioned about having arching themes. Okay, so the arching theme is that we want to establish base 10, okay, as our first skill set. Okay, so let's give this a try. Okay, so this is 10. We're going to shove it off to the side. This is 8. We're going to shove it off to the side. This is 10. We're going to shove it off to the side, okay? And obviously, I screwed up here. I didn't count my cards evenly. But let's say we'll just leave this aside. All right? And then we'll do it again, all right? And we're just going to keep it doing it. So let's just say you're trying to teach a child who's just kind of slow and just have a hard time. This is all you do. You do really basic skill, okay? That's 10. That's 10. And that is 8. All right, you're going to shuffle the card again. Okay, so now your child, whoever, should recognize 10 and 8. All right, so 10 and 8. Sorry, 10, 8, and 12. All right, what's that? That's 10. What's that? That's 8. And that's 10. All right, so super easy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the next phase of our learning, which is like 80% success rate. So I got to be able to do 10, like I'm not going to do 100 because this is a really easy skill set. What we're going to do is we're going to do just 10. And you also want to stress test it a little bit by giving them maybe like 1 second, all right? Because our goal is to count 3 cards really quick in 1.5 seconds. So for now, let's do 1 second. They have to give the right number in 1 second, and the success rate to move on is 80% success rate. Okay, so let's move on. So here we go. 10, 10, 8. Okay, so that's 3. So far my percentage is 100%. Okay, so let's do it again. That's 8. That's 8. And that's 12. Okay, that's 6 out of 6. That's still 100% success rate. All right. That's 10. That's 8, and that's 10. All right, so that's 9 out of 9. I'll just do one more hand, and that's 10. So I just established 100% success rate. So I'm going to move on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find more truth. So one of the truths is 8 and 2 is 10. All right, so 8 and 2 is 10. Okay, maybe 7 and 3 is 10. All right, 7 and 3 is 10. Oh, I found my 6 right here. 7 and 3 is 10, and also 7 and 3 is 10. Okay, let's find all the 7s and 3s here. So it's kind of a messy right now. But basically, you want to establish truth, and then you want to establish as many truths as you can. And you want to practice those truths in a micronized manner. Okay, so we did not try to right away jump ahead. What we tried to do was find base 10. All right, as many base 10 as we can. In this case, it's a pair. Okay, so you want your brain to feel confident. Okay, and think of, it's not about success rate, it's about massaging your brain. You want your brain to have this ebb and flow massage process. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so we know 2 and 8 is 10, and 7 and 3 is 10. Okay, so let's, and then obviously if it's 7 and 7, it'll be 14. And if it's 3 and 3, that'll be 6. And if it's 2 and 2, it'll be 4. And if it's 8 and 8, it'll be 16. So you see how already it's getting complex just by doing these elements. Now, let's just say if the person you're teaching, whatever, is totally retarded or slow, what you can do also is just do it really slow. Just throw down this and then do it over and over again in different manner. Like it can be like this, it can be like this, it can be like this, and you can say, okay, what adds up to 10? You know what I mean? You just want to find as many ways that person, you want their mind to come up with that same answer in many ways they can. Okay, so here goes. Okay, so that's 5. Okay, that's 6. And that is 9. And that, oh, I forgot this combo here. That's 15. And that's 10. All right? So we're just going to practice it. Don't add too much stress to it. And then when you feel like yourself or your student is able to stress test it and they're able to get 80% success rate, that's when you should do it. Or when you feel it's time to move on. All right? So here it goes. That's 10. That's 9. That's 5. That's 10, and that's 11. All right, so let's do it again. That's 11, that's 6, that's 5, that's 14, That's 9. All right. So obviously I'm not going to do this all day long because I already know how to do this, but let's do it one more time. That's 14. That's 5. That's 9. That's 11. And that's 6. All right. And so that's another pair that we did. Okay. And then obviously 5 plus 5 is 10. So that's easy. So we're going to skip that pair. Actually, we might do it. Okay. So let's just say a person's having a hard time. You can start off with this base pair. Okay. And so,